and welcome to How I Spent the Apocalypse. I don't know what you're doing. I'm building a fucking treehouse, among other things. So right now I'm getting ready to put the floor joists in. While it'll actually be the nailers for the floor. And of course, because of the way it's built, it's going to be a little bit different than you would expect. But I've got lots of kickers in, and I'm not really worried about the strength of this floor.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing it. So I'm going to start my screws first.
She's starting her
See
screws.
if the pieces I cut actually fit.
Okay.
The reason why I always like to do that is because if it's not tight, I'm going to have to hold it less time.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you can see, these are reclaimed boards.
Right.
These are reclaimed boards from the old barn.
That one's from the old barn, yeah.
This one's from the old barn, which means before that, it was a fireworks stand.
Right. And it was a barn for over 2 decades.
Yeah. So, recycled, recycled, recycled. No sense in throwing shit out. You know, this is, if you want to ask me, and I'm sure most of you don't give a fuck what I think, but there you go. If you want to ask me, the entire problem with global warming is caused from A, our need to have a bunch of shit we don't actually need, and B, we throw too much shit away.
Right.
We just go and buy something else instead of trying to reclaim stuff. And again, I'm just going to say again, that's fine behavior for the rich. It's
Yeah.
not good for the environment, but they can afford it. The rest of us are just pretending. We can't actually afford to be throwing shit away. But that makes us, feel like we're successful, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird way to gauge our
Okay, so
success.
why are you putting that all the way against the pole?
Because when I tie this board in on the bottom here,
Yeah?
okay, when I tie this board in into the bottom, this is all going to be tied together. I want a flat surface coming off of this to have to nail to immediately.
Okay.
Because this is round,
Right, that makes sense.
okay? I don't want it just resting on the edge of the old deck. I need to have it rest on this immediately because I don't want this floor to be wobbly.
That makes sense.
And again, it's reclaimed material, so I can use more.
Right.
It's not costing me any more to do it better.
Okay. Well, I'll be back in a minute. And that makes sense now.
And now it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything else you did to this point made no sense at all.
Of course it has. It just takes
Oh, complete fuck off!
No, it just takes me a while to figure it out, that's all. And you're using some of that awesome
Yeah.
strapping stuff
Well, I'm
to...
trying to do something I don't know if I can do or not, so...
We'll
But
see.
with most things, I'm trying to do something I don't know if it'll work or not.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know.
Well, we'll be back. I just wanted to show this because that is so
okay, well,
cool.
let me explain this real quick. So, I'm trying to make this really strong.
Right.
Because it does hang over.
Right.
It doesn't hang over a lot, but it does. And even with the kickers and stuff, I want it to be super strong. So what I'm doing is I put the floor joists that I
Right,
need
right.
to put the floor to
Right.
here.
Right.
I used a 2x6 on the outside to give the whole structure strength.
And it's pressure treated too
I
outside.
put these in this way to nail the flooring to. Now I'm running every few often. I will run here. I ran a 2x4. Over there I'll be running pressure treated 2x6s that I've got left over from doing this and this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm hooking this all together. These will be nailed here and here. This is here and here. Here and here, and over there, of course, into this. Now, I'm going to want to build a strap that'll actually allow me to tie in to the log and to that 2x4. So it's figuring out how to do it at this point.
I gotcha.
So the idea is to have that do the 2x4, so that the 2x4 and the log.
Right.
So that it's actually, ba-da-da.
Yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
I may have to use can lids instead, which would suck. But
We'll see
there you
what we
go.
do.
We'll see. we're about to try and see what'll happen.
We'll come back. Okay.
Okay, I had to turn it off until I saw if this was going to work or not, because it's like, what's a fucking sense of showing you something that won't work? So what I did was I had to drill a couple more holes, because of course the holes that are in there, the screw head wants to go right through.
Right.
So I had to drill new holes, but now I'm just taking the hammer and I'm just pushing it back like that. Okay, now watch what happens when I put a big ass screw in it. I know because I did it yesterday on another piece. The big ass screws, put it right down.
Right down. Wow.
So now this, which this is sitting on, is tied into that great big log in a way that it's not gonna. Okay, and why am I doing some of this with seemingly extra shit? Because it's a tree house and trees shake.
Yeah.
So you want them to be able to move but not break.
Right.
So that's
Bend
good.
but do not break.
Yeah, it bent but it does not break.
Yeah.
That's a long story.
That is. Okay. See you in a minute.
So I found some tie-down brackets. And there's a 2x4 bracket, tie-down bracket. Okay, so I found some tie-down brackets. Are they the ones I bought? No. They're ones left over from somebody's job at some time that they gave me. I found them in a bucket of stuff that they had given me from their build. So that's where they're from. Okay?
Nice
so
to
God
have.
only knows. So what am I using? I'm using what I can of these because these are pretty cool. I'm using can lids. And I'm using the ones I made out of the strips of that shit.
Yeah.
So if
Like
you
that one that's right
look
over
around,
there.
You can see in the corner I couldn't fit one in there, so I used that.
Yeah.
Piece of can.
Can.
I use a little bit of everything. That's how we get things done here on the Pole Folk Ranch.
Yeah.
Pole folks have pole ways.
Okay.
That's what I always heard. I always thought that was a. It's funny because I always thought that was a. Da, 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 da!
Wonderful thing to say.
Wonderful thing to say.
Yes.
Poor folks have poor ways means we stick to what we can afford and we do what we need to do, but it actually means something horrible. It means poor folks don't have any class and they don't know how to act. But that's okay. I took it and made it my own anyway. So fuck you, rich people. So fuck a bunch of rich people.
Try to slam me.
Try to slam me, I'll just take your shit and use it the way I think it should be used.
There you go.
Because to me, poor folks have poor ways always made that you live within your means. That's what it meant to me.
And they're smarter than the ones who don't.
Well, I don't think there's anything intelligent about people that don't live within their means.
Exactly.
Wind up with a whole lot of debt and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going away because I can't really see you right now.
Okay. All right, so this is all done. I'm ready to put the plastic on top for the vapor barrier and then put the floor down. Kind of wanted to put some spacers in here just to hold the plastic up so that if it fucking rains, it doesn't pool. But I can't think of anything to use that's thin enough I can put my boards over it. I thought about using those things that are supposed to be part of the wall system, but when I looked at them, I'd have to cut them in long ways, and I'm like, no. This will be fine. We'll make it work.
Yes, we will.
We'll make it work.
Awesome.
So, that's where we are right now.
Cool.
All right. So I was looking for something to span this area to hold the plastic up that wouldn't still let us put boards down. And I realized we still had 40 billion tons of paracord. So there it is.
Yep.
Now I'm going to put plastic over it, and then we're going to start laying boards out.
Yay. Okay.
So wish us luck.
Yeah, no kidding. And she will show you more later, I'm sure, but this is the beginning of the tarp up here that is going to be the moisture barrier for the floor on top of what she just put down. Now, she's leaving the caution flags up here, so neither one of us forgets that there's still not a floor past that. Okay.
There was no deck.
And I don't know if you can see or not, but she actually, that tarp goes from there all the way to the edge, so it's nice and taut. That'll help keep it from sagging as well. And eventually the entire deck is going to be covered before she puts deck boards on. Right now she's trying to make me suffer a heart attack because she keeps going so close to the edge.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Trying to get a heart attack.
That's what you're doing.
Oh, guess what? My hammer's under there.
Oh, that's...
Don't do that!
What was that song you wanted people to do?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. So
Yes.
I'm fucking up here working on the edge and all this shit. And while I'm sitting up here, my goddamn butt cheeks clenched and my toenails hanging onto the edge of shit, Lynn's like, we should do this and we should put a table and chairs here, and she's decorating. She's decorating. So I thought right away, I got the idea. I thought, you know, that would make a country western song.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm hanging by my toenails, my woman is making curtains.
There you go. Now, one of you who's a country western singer, you take that.
You can
Make $1 million.
Make $1 million. There you go.
You think till I say, okay. Okay.
Hello! Well, here we go. It's the end of the day. The whole underneath carriage is on. The upper board deck is on. This is will be the floor too. That's why it's in yellow pine. It'll make the floor too. You know, so it's the subfloor and the floor. It's a treehouse, people.
Right.
I don't want to hear, is it going to have heat? Is it going to have running water? Is it going to have a flush commode? Really, people? It's a treehouse.
Oh, well, it has a toilet right over there. You can see it through the window.
Well, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Please send money.
Amen. Bye.